What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, dude. If this audio sounds weird, which I know it's not, I'm actually recording this in a stairwell. So, dude, if this video breaks like 2,000 views, then I consider it a success because I'm grinding out here. But I made a video last year, if you guys remember. The title was pretty much exactly what this one was, except without the question mark. It was iPhone XR waste of money, right? And I was thinking about this year's release, and it seems like a lot more people are more salty than sweet this year about the iPhone release, okay? Now, I'm gonna preface this whole video by saying I've not wrote a single script for this video, but my opinions are raw and they're there, and I might cry by the end of it, but I have to get my feelings out about this. I don't think that the iPhone 11 is a waste of money, okay? The iPhone 11, okay, the base model, the $699 one, I don't think that one is a waste of money because coming from where we got before, like with the iPhone XR, that might have been a weird price. I think it was about $50 over, but the iPhone 11 does kind of bring that value down a little bit. The only thing I'm kind of salty about is the iPhone XR resale value, and I've been hyping this up for like so long, but I'm gonna talk about it in like a video tomorrow or something. But the fact that they improved on the design, they added more features, they improved Face ID, they improved the camera sensors, that's a W in my book, and I think that's a solid upgrade. You know, I still don't think it's, I think it is worth, if any iPhone in the last like 3-4 years has been released, I think this one is the one that's probably the best value per dollar brand new, because $699, even though there's been iPhones before that are way cheaper, even the iPhone 8 right now being sold for however much, $499, I still think the iPhone 11 is a solid upgrade. I would never buy a brand new. I would go and buy like an iPhone 10 for like a little bit less than that, for like 500, 400 in the used market. But for the iPhone 11, I think it's not that bad. But when you go to the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max, I think, in my opinion, those are wastes of money. I don't think those are worth the upgrade for the money that you're going to spend to upgrade. If you have a XS and XS Max, upgrading to a Pro or a Pro Max is such a waste of time. Like, that's not worth the money at all. And I'm telling you from somebody who's going to buy those iPhones to review and everything. First off, obviously I don't have them yet, so this is just my opinion, but my experience from beforehand and afterhand of like reviewing and using them have usually been consistent. With the Note 10s, I said the same thing. I'm like, the Note 10 Plus is probably worth more than the Note 10, and the Note 10 is probably not even worth picking up in my opinion. And I like, after owning them, I was completely right. I still stand by that, and I sense that same feeling with these iPhones. I think the Pro for the 1,000 and the Pro Max for 1,100, dude, it's just not worth the money in my opinion. And I think it is a waste of money. And a lot of people will say, man, it's faster, the camera's this and that. I feel like at the core, Apple is, and I saw this I think on Reddit, I don't know where I saw this at, but Apple is moving away from being like a cell phone company when focusing on the iPhones. Obviously they're not, they're more like a service company now, but they're moving away from being like iPhones being like a phone and multimedia device, whatever, to it just being like a camera. Like, they're moving into a camera company. Like, why don't they just release a DSLR or something like that? Like, why are they focusing so much on the cameras? It makes absolutely no sense. They're not the only ones. So many other phone manufacturers do it too, but Apple, they're supposed to be the leading edge and the cutting edge of everything. And like, at the keynote, they weren't even focusing that much on like the bigger batteries or the other improvements with the A13 chip. I mean, they did, but I would say like most of their keynote for their iPhone, when they were talking about the iPhone, was just talking about the cameras. And I'm like, bro, how much can you talk about the cameras? I've been saying this since like 2017. I'm like, is there anything else we can talk about? I would rather have heard so much more talked about like iOS 13. Like, if they just spent like 20 minutes talking about that, I would literally be so happy. Even though we already know everything about it, at least that's something that's affecting all, like a majority of people, and more people are interested in that than just the cameras and the improvements. Like, that's awesome. Third sensor, I think the iPhone 11 design and the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max look good, but it's like they could have been talking about so much other things in that keynote in my opinion. And I might have went on a huge tangent, but I'm kind of eluding this whole entire rant, basically going back to the fact that the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max is just a camera upgrade. Really, at the end of it, that's really just the core of it. All those other cool little features like the battery, this and that, those are awesome, and I think those are definitely improvements. But I think at the core of it, the cameras are the main upgrade, and I just don't think you should spend the extra money to go and upgrade. If you have an upgrade, if you have an unlimited money, go for it. I'm not really talking to those people. I'm talking more so of the people who don't know if they want to upgrade, or they have like an iPhone 10 or iPhone 8 Plus or whatever, and they don't know. I'm telling you, keep the 10, keep the 8 Plus. It's not necessarily worth the money in my opinion. If they went out and they talked more about, hey, the battery life is this, and this is that, and that, and they brought reverse wireless charging or even anything crazier, then that would have been awesome. But cameras, Like literally out of the time that we use our phones, okay, let's say we use 6 hours, let's say we use our phone for like 5 hours each day on average, okay, how much of that time are we using our cameras? Like maybe like 2% of the time when we're on Snapchat, and by that, like, we don't care like what our quality is. Like, we just want to take a snap of our feet or something, send it to our boy to keep our streaks, and that's it. Like, we don't really care about, oh my god, we can now zoom in 3 times as much and this and that. Like, it's cool, but it's novelty features. I think the iPhone 11 is a solid addition. I think it's cool. The 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, in my opinion, it's just not worth the money, and it's a waste of money if you go and upgrade. I don't think it's boring. I don't think it's what all these other people are talking about. I think it's a cool little upgrade, and it's definitely an upgrade for sure, but I feel like they could have done more, especially in this day and age. Like, I was watching that keynote and I was like, oh, is that it? Like, I was expecting something more, and like that feeling you have, like that shouldn't be there, you know what I mean? So a rant, I know, but I had to say it. I have like 4 more videos about these topics before I actually go pick them up, so keep a look down on the channel so you guys don't miss that. Man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, you guys already know. That'll mean so much. Check out the links in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.